produced, the temperature of conductor increases, resistance also increases. That's why the graph we plot, it is the straight line, but it is not a straight line forever. It will not be straight line forever. After a limit, after a limit, after some time, this graph will bend. This graph will bend. Suppose up to this point, up to this point, this is a straight line, because in the beginning itself there will be no change of resistance. After some time, as the temperature increases considerably, then only the resistance of conductor changes. If it changes, then what happens? That beyond that, the potential difference increases. Even the potential difference increases, the current will not increase proportionally. Then what happens? It will be deviated. According to this law, the graph must be straight line. It must be straight line. But because of change in resistance, it bend. It goes in this way. Now we say potential difference increases, current is not increasing that much. So the graph bend from its position, from its path. So here we can say one thing, up to this point, the conductor is obeying the Ohm's law. After that, the Ohm's law is not obeyed by the conductor. So before this conductor may be called as ohmic conductor. That is ohmic conductor, because it is obeying Ohm's law. After that, Ohm's law is not valid, so it becomes non-ohmic. So we have two types of conductor, that is ohmic conductor, non-ohmic conductor. Ohmic conductor, if a conductor is obeying Ohm's law. Non-ohmic, it is not obeying Ohm's law. There are some conductors which are not obeying Ohm's law from the beginning itself. That we will discuss in the higher classes. Here it is not required. So we can say that Ohm's law is not the universal law, because it is always not a straight line. V is not directly proportional to I always. After some limit, there will be some deviation. That's why we say it is not universal law, right? Now coming to the unit of the resistance. Like other quantities, resistance is also having the SI unit, and that SI unit of resistance is ohm. It is represented in this way, right? So 1 ohm equal to 1 volt upon 1 ampere. So the resistance of a conductor is said to be 1 ohm when 1 ampere current flows through the conductor due to 1 volt potential difference applied across it. It can also be written like this, 1 volt per ampere. Volt per ampere is also equal to ohm. It is also equal to ohm. So we can have the quantity whose unit is ohm, that is resistance. The quantity whose unit is volt per ampere, that is also the resistance, right? So that is the resistance of a conductor. Now in these factors, in all these four factors, nature of material, length of conductor, area of cross section, temperature of conductor, so resistance depends on all these four factors. But among these factors, we have some internal factors and external factors. External factors means those factors which are depending on the physical dimensions. By seeing the factors itself, we can find out which are the factors depending on physical dimensions, that is length of conductor and area of cross section. But these two are temperature. The temperature of conductor, that is internal only. Nature of material, that is also the basic nature, basic characteristic, that's also internal factors. So these two factors are internal, and length and area of cross section are the factors which are the physical dimensions. If we see that the resistance of conductor is directly proportional to length, resistance of conductor is inversely proportional to area. By combining these two things, resistance proportional to length upon area. Here also we can introduce one more proportionality constant. That proportionality constant is R equal to rho L upon A. Rho L upon A. This is also one of the important relation we get in the topic resistance. Resistance of conductor is equal to proportionality constant length upon area. It is one of the very important relation, and this proportionality constant is known as specific resistance. It is specific resistance or resistivity. Specific resistance or resistivity. Right? So resistivity is also the very basic characteristic of every material. In terms of electricity, for every conductor have the resistivity. Resistivity is also the basic nature of material with which it opposes the flow of electric current. Resistance is also the same. Then what is the difference? Both are same, but resistance depends on all these four factors, internal and external. Resistivity, that depends only on the internal factors. Because here you see, resistivity, that is rho, is the proportionality constant in this relation. In any particular relation, the proportionality constant will not depend on the factors. So, resistivity is independent of length and area of cross section. If we take a copper is in the form of wire, is in the form of sheet, is in the form of spherical ball. Then the same material, copper, is in the wire form, in sheet, in the spherical body form. Then in all the three different shapes of the same material, the resistivity is same. Resistivity is same. So resistivity of any particular material is independent of the physical dimension, independent of the length and area of cross section. Whatever be the shape of the material, its resistivity remains same, but resistance will change. Resistance of these three things will be different for the same material because of length and area of cross section changes. Right. Now this resistivity is also different for all the materials. It is also different for every material. Now let us see that the unit of resistivity first. We know the unit of resistance, ohm. The unit of length, meter. This is meter square. So resistivity equal to R A upon L, and it is ohm meter square upon meter. So it gives ohm meter. It gives ohm meter. SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Now what actually the resistivity is? Resistivity means what? How it is differing from the resistance? It is differing from the resistance in these factors on which it depends. But resistance and resistivity are related in this way. If we take a material with length 1 unit, its length is 1 unit, area of cross section, that is also 1 square unit, 1 square unit, then resistance is equal to rho 1 upon 1. Now R equal to rho. That means resistance and resistivity both are same. Resistivity is numerically equal to the resistance offered by the conductor of length 1 unit and area of cross section 1 square unit. If we take a conductor with length 1 unit or 1 meter and area of cross section 1 square meter, then the resistance offered by this conductor for the flow of current is equal to resistivity. That means resistance and resistivity both are same. Both are same. Both are having the nature to oppose the flow of electric current. Resistivity is also different in all the conductors. In good conductors, resistivity is less. In bad conductor or insulator, resistivity is high. Right? Okay. So resistivity, rho, depends on only these two factors: nature of material and also temperature. In the same manner, temperature. Right? So resistance depends on all the four factors. Resistivity depends only on the two factors, internal property. So this is about the resistivity. Now we classified the materials as conductor, insulators, and one more classification is also there. That is that any material which can be categorized in terms of electricity on the basis of resistivity only. On the basis of resistivity only, here we are going to classify the materials in terms of resistivity as conductors, semiconductors, and insulators. Right? In conductors, resistivity is low. In insulators, resistivity is high. In semiconductors, the resistivity lies in between conductors and insulators. Approximately, the value of resistivity for conductors lies in the range of 10 to the minus